Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. Welcome to my lovely office. You guys will continue to see different scenes throughout the training camp as I make a point to make sure I have coverage every single day. So I hope you enjoy the different scenes. I hope nobody gets upset that, hey, some scenes change and all the audio may sound a little different, but we're going to be all right. So today, day 5 of training camp, going to bring you some the normal recap. We're going to go through the observations from practice. We'll go through player and coaches, and then we'll have a little question and answer, which I love to do. So earn the name man of the people because I love working for fans. Anytime you have a question, please leave it in the comments. Best place to do that at is always on YouTube, but you're certainly welcome to watch on Facebook and Twitter, the other outlets that we have things. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today's practice, well, they had a visitor by the name of Mr. Tepper, aka David Tepper, the owner of the Carolina Panthers. He was spotted today and attended and watched Carolina Panthers practice. He, as you may guess, was not available to any media, but we did see him, and it was good to to see the owner stop by at practice today. We had early on some observations from practice was seeing Keith Taylor in a red jersey, which is always a little confusing. I know early during OTAs, guys had, I think, green jerseys or something. It's just basically means this guy's going to be limited in some kind of way. And Keith Taylor was in a red jersey. Later on, Coach Rule explained what Taylor's dealing with. He said there's a lower hamstring issue that he's dealing with. Shouldn't be too long, but he feels like maybe 1 to 2 weeks that he's going to be out. But really likes his top three, which I found like that was revealing that Coach Rule said this. I mean, we all know, but sometimes coaches like to not let things be known at a certain point. But he's mentioned like JC Horn, Dante Jackson, CJ Henderson. Those are their top three. And when something like this happens, it gives the other guys a chance to get in some more reps and continue to develop some much needed time for those other guys to be able to get some reps in there while Keith is dealing with his injury. Now, one of the things that happened today, we did have a transaction. So I'm going to say this twice because normally I try to have it on the screen, didn't have it on the screen for you today. So there was a transaction today. That transaction was the Carolina Panthers added Devin Jones, and that's cornerback Devin Jones. And as a result, rookie wide receiver Andrew Parchment was released. So again, that was adding cornerback Devin Jones, and then gone is wide receiver Andrew Parchment. Okay, that was a transaction today for the Carolina Panthers. Don't have notes of every single thing, and I've kind of changed the format a little bit. Leave your feedback on what kind of style of reporting that you like to hear. Did you like to hear more details of everything that I see that happens during training camp, or you like when I just kind of piece together some things for y'all and sum it up? As usual, quarterbacks. That's always the focus. I try to get away from it, but I can't myself. It's kind of hard to not see it because that's the most important thing that we need to get solved right now. Will it be Sam Darnold? Will it be Baker Mayfield? So today, Baker Mayfield's turn was at the number ones. Now, Coach Matt Rule did say this. We've been seeing Sam all day with the ones, Baker all day with the twos, then we'll flop. Tomorrow, starting tomorrow, we're going to see those guys starting to split time more. We might see Baker with the ones, then we may see Sam with the ones. So they're going to start splitting that up starting tomorrow, and we'll continue to let you know how that goes and tell you what observations that we get from that. Excuse me. So one piece I'll share with you about practice is red zone. Red zone today, Baker was 3 of 8, not that great, a little less than 50%, and he had one touchdown. He was running with the ones. Sam Darnold, he did a little bit better. Sam was 6 of 8. Actually, that's a lot better. 6 of 8. Two TDs, so definitely better, but he had one interception. So if you cancel out the I don't know what to call it, the over under, the plus minus, they both still equal one touchdown, but Sam had the better completion rating during that red zone period. But as you saw in the title, play of the day, play of training camp, some excitement. The first day Baker Mayfield was out there launching bombs and they weren't connected. It would have been cool, but you can't give the guy a hard time for not connecting on bombs on his first day of organized practice, aka training camp, really, in Spartanburg. But today, Baker Mayfield connected on a pass to Robbie Anderson, and it was a long one. It was 40 45 yards or so, and Robbie actually had a couple of guys around him, was able to bring that ball in. So a key for these guys catching deep balls is placement, and Baker placed it in a place that only Robbie could really go and get it, and Robbie was able to get that, and it was an exciting play for Baker Mayfield as well as the Rocket Man Robbie Anderson. Um, let's go into the coaches things, which I've given a lot of notes right now, or I've already provided a little bit of feedback from Coach Matt Rule's press conference with the media today. One thing that I'm going to play from his press conference was in regards to how he's going to evaluate these quarterbacks. I love to give information to viewers to help you decide on how you want to feel about things and not just tell you how you should feel and all the time just talk about how I feel about everything. I give you a lot of observations. It's what I like to do. So if you like that, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button. Tomorrow's going to be some interviews. Finally, it's happening because you guys are liking the videos and you're subscribing. The bigger I grow, the more I can do. So please consider doing that for me. All right. Um, he's he spoke about how he's going to evaluate these quarterbacks. So I'm going to play this for you.
I think every single day, really, we're looking at it more as a correction, as opposed to an evaluation. But in the overall picture, when we start to evaluate, I think you're looking at number one, mastery of the offense. Who understands how to protect themselves in protections, who understands all the run checks, who understands the timing, not just on the blackboard, but when you watch the tape, it jumps out. So it's mastery of the offense. I think it's playmaking. Who moves the ball? Who makes the plays that you have to make, and then finally it's situational awareness and mastery. Getting into those situations, understanding third down, understanding 2 minute, making the plays that matter there. So, we've only had 2 minutes, so 2 minutes so far. So we're just in that beginning phase. But as we go throughout the process, I think those are the things that you're really looking at. A day like today where Bakers are the ones, Sam's are the twos. It's kind of hard to do it. So you have to do it sort of over a total amount of time in my mind.
So there's Coach Rule talking a little bit more about the evaluation process for the quarterbacks, and maybe that'll help you determine how to feel about the information I continue to provide regarding the latest with the quarterbacks and what he's saying. J.C. Horn, hold on one second. I might be ahead of myself. Give me a second. Give me a second. So Ben McAdoo seemingly has a lot of things in his playbook. Some people say it's complicated, but a great asset to have once you understand the system. So when will McAdoo's system be fully installed? How far along are we with McAdoo's system? So right now, we're guessing Matt Rule is saying that we're at about 75%. So we're about 3/4 of the way through it. And by the end of the week, we're going to be at 100%. I think that actually coincides with what Rule is doing with now starting to mix the guys in because they've now gotten to a point where they know most of the offense. So now I want to see you with the one and you with the one. Whereas before, when everybody didn't have everything in and it was, only 25%, 40%, I can see the justification saying, well, I'm just going to have you all with the ones and have you all with the twos because I really can't switch everything around and we'll just keep it even for the sake of having guys feel like it's fair and I get the most out of my players during this time. Have nobody demanding trades or et cetera, because players just want to be given an opportunity. So he's doing that, but 75% installed right now. Anticipates that the rest will be completed by the week's end. And as far as a timetable for when he's going to make the decision, he says he doesn't know, but honestly, he probably wouldn't share it with us anyway. He wouldn't share it with the media. He's going to keep that just for him and the other people behind those closed doors at the Carolina Panthers facilities down there in Wofford College. J.C. Horn, first time getting to speak with him this season. Last season only played in a handful of games before having that injury and set out the rest of the season. So what does a guy do during that time? What do you learn? And so I'm going to play this clip where JC talks about what he's learned and even how he's handling that process right now where he's eager to be on the field, but he can't be on the field. How are you handling that right now? Where is my cue? Here we go.
Really, it's just a small margin of error. The game come down to 2 or 3 plays. You gotta take the ball away. Turnovers are real important. You got to protect the ball on offense. If the me last year, it would have been extremely hard. But sitting out a whole season, I kind of now understand the importance of being available. So it still eats at me a little bit. When they're doing 2 minute and third down competition. But obviously, I want to be ready for week 1 and be able to do it when it counts.
I think those are some good comments, right? What did you learn last year? Well, you don't have a lot of room for error, especially at this level. So I better get really solid on some things. And then what about now? I'm coming back. Well, I could rush coming back, but I need to be available. I need to make sure I come back and I stay back. So good comments, in my opinion, from JC Horn. Let's go ahead and go to the part of the show that I love the most. Let's see who's on here. What's going on? More worship. Carl Graham, AJ Lindsay, Kel Davis. I don't think I've seen you here in a minute. What's going on? I appreciate everybody signing in. I didn't even tell you guys that this video was coming. I appreciate it. Davante Miller, Keith Grigg. We're all anxious for the season to start. Give us a little bit of time. Let the players finish getting their installs and knowing their plays and let positions play themselves out. And then we can certainly get anxious to get into the regular season. Stack, what's going on? Appreciate you. Hope to see you soon. Alec Barnett, what's going on? Yeah, you made it. Appreciate you. Stack, you should I don't know why you just not making it, man. Shadow King, what's up? Keep pounding. So, and Bro Cam, God bless. Hey, God bless you too. Good time. If you have not caught up with all the videos, I've been reporting every day from camp. Sometimes there's more news than there are other days. So invite you. There's not a lot of news today. I invite you to go back, check out the other videos. Give me a like if you haven't, because that helps me, again, continue to grow. Tomorrow, I can't say exactly because I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to turn around everything, but I know this week I should have 1 coach interview and 2 player interviews. You want to make sure you subscribe so you can check them out. Anything that you all have, leave them in the comments. I love working for you all. That's it for today. Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Vibe.